I see the crows upon the wire. They watch the dying of my fire. The storm is gathering above to choke the memory of love. I used to pray for better days, but got completely lost in a haze. The wind is whispering a lie and dragging down a hollow sky. The clouds are moving in so low, I got nowhere left to go. The thunder beats inside my head like every bitter word you said. The black skies are getting heavier, the heavy rain is coming down on me. The dark waters are getting steadier and swallowing the man I used to be. The black skies are getting heavier with every single promise that you broke. I'm standing in the middle of the storm and disappearing like a cloud of smoke. The window shows the flash of lightning turning trees to ash. I hold the bottle to my chest and put my sanity to rest. The barman says the road is closed, but that's exactly what I propose. To sit right here and watch it fall until there's nothing left at all. The neon signs begin to drown inside this godforsaken town. The world is fading out of sight into a permanent black night. The black skies are getting heavier, the heavy rain is coming down on me. The dark waters are getting steadier, they're swallowing the man I used to be. The black skies are getting heavier with every single promise that you broke. I'm standing in the middle of the storm and disappearing like a cloud of smoke. The pressure drops inside my bones. The ground is shaking under storms. You cannot run from what you feel when sorrow is the only sea. The black skies are getting heavier, the heavy rain is coming down on me. The dark waters are getting steadier and swallowing the man I used to be. The black skies are getting heavier with every single promise that you broke. I'm standing in the middle of the storm and disappearing like a cloud of smoke. I spend my life where the shadows grow tall, watching the kingdom of my promises fall. I chase the thunder and I welcome the fire, building my throne on a burning pyre. I was a sinner on the highway of shame, writing my story in a circle of flame. But the midnight is heavy and the road is too long, and my broken soul is singing a new song. Oh, I walked with the devil long enough, drinking his poison. When the riding got rough, I stood on the wrong side of heaven's door. But I ain't walking in the dark no more. My knees are shaking, but I'm ready to bow. Lord, take my hand and save me now. The weight of my choices is turning to stone. I cannot carry this burden alone. I see the chapel at the end of the line, leaving the dark for power divine. But the midnight is heavy and the road is too long, and my broken soul is singing a new song. Is calling, but I'm turning away. I found the words that I needed to say. The highway ends where the cross stands high. I'm ready to look at a peaceful sky. Birds are fleeing from the trees. I feel the shaking in my knees. The afternoon is turning black. There is no way of turning back. I see the shadows line the hill. The heavy air is standing still, like nature's holding in its breath before a beautiful cold death. The crows circle in the barn as I unravel all the yarn of every safety line I spun before the darkness had begun. The black clouds are getting deadlier. The heavy wind is coming down on me. The dark shadows are getting steadier and choking at the man I used to be. Yeah, the black clouds are getting deadlier with every single string that you undone. I'm standing in the middle of the field, and the storm is swallowing the sun. It's swallowing the sun. The kitchen windows start to shake from all the thunder that you make. I pour the whiskey to the brim as all the remaining lights go dim. The porch is creaking in the gale. The sky's turning green and pale. It looks exactly like the rage that locked my spirit in a cage. I do not even try to hide. I leave the front door open wide to let the lightning cut the floor until I cannot feel no more. The black clouds are getting deadlier. The heavy wind is coming down on me. The dark shadows are getting steadier and choking out the man I used to be. Yeah, the black clouds are getting deadlier. With every single string that you undone, I'm standing in the middle of the field, and the storm is swallowing the sun. The daylight dies without a sound and buries secrets in the ground. There is no shelter from the blast when you are running from the past. The black clouds are getting deadlier. The heavy wind is coming down on me. The dark shadows are getting steadier and choking out the man I used to be. Yeah, the black clouds are getting deadlier. The final little battle has been won. I close my eyes into the freezing night while the storm is swallowing the sun. I kept the notes I never sent inside a broken drawer. Every word I couldn't say just stayed there wanting more. I learned to hide the worst of me behind a quiet face, but every night the weight returned and settled in its place. I heard the floorboards creak at night like they were warning me, but I kept sinking further down, too tired to even leave. Before I end my life, before the last goodbye, before the silence takes my name and leaves it there to die, before I end my life, I just wanna know if anybody care. Had I let it show? Had I let it show? I watched the people drift away without a word or sound, and every time I reached for help, there was no one around. I told myself to hold the line like I had done before, but something in me started giving out a little more and more. There was a mirror by the bed. I turned against the wall, 'cause I got tired of seeing someone already set to fall. Before I end my life, before the night goes still, before I lose the little strength I've somehow managed still, before I end my life, I need to understand how a soul can hurt this long and still be asked to stand. No single breaking point, no moment sharp and clean, just years of carrying too much till nothing stays between. Before There's one thing left unsaid. I spent my whole damn life alive, but never felt it yet. I see your smiling faces lit up by the barroom light, like wolves around a wounded man, trying to kill another night. You laugh when I start talking, 'cause my voice shakes when I dream. But you don't know half the hell a broken man can think. I see your smiling faces, yeah, I hear every word, but I'm too damn tired these days to let it really hurt. Life already beat me bloody long before you came around. So go ahead and laugh some more, I'm too far gone to care now. Catch you staring sideways, like I'm some ghost passing through. Guess a man who talks to silence looks a little strange to you. Maybe I deserve your laughter, maybe I became the joke, a burned out soul in old blue jeans, still coughing up smoke. I see your smiling faces, bright as neon in the dark, but I've carried heavier things than the weight of who you are. You can laugh about my falling while I slowly come undone, but you ain't saying nothing. Life ain't already done. 'Cause sorrow makes you quiet after years of losing sleep, and shame becomes a shadow you stop trying to defeat. So if you need somebody broken to make yourselves feel tall, go on. Hell, I barely feel it at all. I see your smiling faces fading blurry through the smoke, and somewhere deep inside me I almost wanna joke. 'Cause if misery loves company, then you boys must love me most. Still I raise my glass towards you, like a tired old ghost. I put my keys upon the stand and shake the dust from off my hand. The silence settles in the hall like grease upon a kitchen wall. I try to find a reason why I let another day go by without a single word from you to change the gray back into blue. The kettle screams upon the stove, a bitter toast to what we drove straight down into a muddy ditch, with nothing left for us to switch. The cold nights are getting emptier, the heavy dark is coming down on me. The long roads are getting lonelier and burying the man I used to be. Yeah, the cold nights are getting emptier with every single lie that you awoke. I'm standing in the middle of the room and disappearing like a cloud of smoke. Cloud of smoke. I pulled the blinds to hide the street and listen to my own heartbeat. It sounds just like an old machine that forgets what the gear should mean. I open up a deck of cards and split the deck in greasy shards to play a game against a ghost who always wins when I want most. The shadow crawls across the floor and locks its arms around the door. I know that I should clear the table, but I am simply just not able. The cold nights are getting emptier, the heavy dark is coming down on me. The long roads are getting lonelier and burying the man I used to be. Yeah, the cold nights are getting emptier with every single lie that you awoke. I'm standing in the middle of the room and disappearing like a cloud of smoke. Cloud of smoke. I tell myself I'm gonna break the chain and wash away the liquor and the pain. But every morning is the exact same test, and I am too damn tired for the rest. The cold nights are getting emptier, the heavy dark is coming down on me. The long roads are getting lonelier and burying the man I used to be. Yeah, the cold nights are getting emptier, the final little fire is turned to gray. I tell myself that I will fix it all, but maybe tomorrow is another day. I found your letter on the floor beside a broken glass. You didn't love me anymore, you made it happen fast. I gave you every single dime, I gave you all my years, but you just left me with the time to cry these bitter tears. I hear the rain against the pane, sounds just like your feet walking away from all our pain and leaving me complete. Oh, look at the damage you leave, look at the ghost in my sleeve. You took my heart and you tore it apart and gave me no reason to breathe. Yeah, look at the damage you leave, look at the mess that you made. You left me alone in a house made of stone and watched all the colors just fade. I put the bottle to my head to drink away the shame. I think of every word you said while coughing up your name. The tavern lights are turning red, the room begins to spin. I'm sleeping in an empty bed where darkness crawls right in. I see my shadow on the wall. It looks as tired as me, just waiting for the final fall. Too blind to even see. Oh, look at the damage you leave. Look at the ghost in my sleeve. You took my heart and you tore it apart and gave me no reason to breathe. Yeah, look at the damage you leave. Look at the mess that you made. You left me alone in a house made of stone and watched all the colors just fade. Till the end, a heart is too heavy to bend. You play with the fire and feed the desire, with no one to call a true friend. Oh, look at the damage you leave. Look at the ghost in my sleeve. You took my heart and you tore it apart and gave me no reason to breathe. Yeah, look at the damage you leave. Look at the very last spark. You left me alive with no will to survive and bury my soul in the dark. Watched you pack your heavy bags without a single tear. You left the keys upon the desk and walked away from here. I didn't try to make you stay. I didn't say a word, but that was just the loudest ghost that I have ever heard. I pour the liquor in a glass and watch the amber glow. I know exactly where this road is gonna make me go. Before the bottle takes the rest, before the night goes cold, before I lose the final piece of what I used to hold, before the bottle takes the rest, I just wanna see was ever one damn thing you truly loved in me. Truly loved in me. The tavern walls are closing in, the smoke is getting thick. The way you turned and made a fool of me was far too quick. I told myself I'd break the chain and never drink again, but here I am back in the dark with all my oldest friends. The neon light above the bar house flickering in blue, it looks exactly like the night that I surrendered you. I doesn't cure the sting, it only numbs the skin. It leaves a heavy, quiet place where you can never win. Before the bottle takes the rest, before I fade away, before the morning comes along and turns the world to gray, before the bottle takes the rest, there's one thing left unsaid. I thought that you would save my life, but you ruined me instead. I used to bleed for every word you whispered in the dark. I used to cherish every burned and broken little spark. But something shifted in my chest the night you walked away. I put my old regrets to rest and turned my world to gray. The cold wind doesn't make me shake, the rain don't make me cold. There is no promise left to break, nothing left to hold. Oh, you can try to break my bones, you can try to bring me pain, but I'm living with a heart of stone and washing in the freezing rain. Yeah, you can look into my eyes to find a man that you can't own, but there is nothing but a pack of lies and a heavy, heavy heart of stone. Tavern is a quiet place, but I am quieter still. I do not care to see your face, I lost the human will. I pour the whiskey down my throat like water from a well. I am a ghost inside a coat with nothing left to sell. They say that I have grown so cold, they say I lost my mind, but I just traded what was sold for what I left behind. Oh, you can try to break my bones, you can try to bring me pain, but I am living with a heart of stone and washing in the freezing rain. Yeah, you can look into my eyes to find a man that you can't own, but there is nothing but a pack of lies and a heavy, heavy heart of stone. I burned the valley down, but left the rock behind. I am the hardest thing in town, with nothing on my mind. Oh, you can try to break my bones, you can try to bring me pain, but I am living with a heart of stone and washing in the freezing rain. Yeah, you can look into my eyes to see how far the bird has flown. You cannot hurt me with your pretty lies when I'm carrying a heart of stone. There's dust where the garden was, weeds climbing through the gate. Ain't touched this place in years now, since the day she drove away. The porch still leans to one side, like it's tired too. And every broken flower pot still reminds me of you. Now there's dust where the garden was, nothing grows here anymore. Just cracked earth and memories scattered across the floor. We used to dance through summer rain, barefoot under those stars above. Now there's dust where the garden was, just dust where we called it love. Same way we did back then, board by board, little by little, till there was nothing left to mend. I still find your fingerprints on jars out in the shed, like pieces of your ghost refusing to stay dead. Now there's dust where the garden was, no color left to save, just old roots choking underneath everything we gave. The sun still rises every morning, but this place ain't been the same since the flowers turned to ashes and love forgot our names. Maybe hearts are like gardens, you gotta tend them every day. 'Cause the moment you stop trying, everything fades away. Now there's dust where the garden was, and dust inside my chest. A lonely man standing still in the ruins of what's left. If love once lived here truly, Lord, it left without a trace. Now there's dust where the garden was, and sorrow in its place. Cold wind on the highway, headlights fading slow. Some people leave quietly, some leave holes in your soul. There's a bottle on the table, and you picture face down. I still hear your footsteps every time the sun goes down. That old screen door keeps screaming like it knows you ain't coming back. And every night I lose myself somewhere between smoke and black. They told me time would heal it, but time just made it last. All things pass, that's what the good book says. But your memory hangs on me like a noose around my neck. All things fade like footprints in the rain, but your goodbye carved a hole that forever wears your name. Drove by our old motel off Highway 61, where we used to talk about forever like forever couldn't run. Now the neon lights are dying, just like everything we had. And every song on the radio sounds like a man going mad. People say the pain gets smaller, but mine just learned to hide. All things pass, but some scars never close. Some hearts keep bleeding out long after love is gone. All things die slow beneath the ash, but I still wake up haunted by the ghost of our past. If I saw you in the afterlife, would you even know my name? Or am I just another sinner trying to drink away the flames? All things pass, yeah, that's the cruelest truth. 'Cause the world kept turning the night I lost you. All things fade, but not the hell we had. And I'll carry you forever like a curse I can't outrun. Cold wind on the highway, headlights fading fast. Funny how broken hearts are the last things that pass. Got scars beneath this flannel that nobody ever sees. Got a lifetime of bad nights hanging off of me. Every mirror tells the story of a man worn down by time, and every "I'm okay" I ever said was just another lie. I used to pray the pain would leave, now I just let it stay. 'Cause after all these broken years, I wouldn't know another way. Suffering became part of me, like whiskey burns and old blue jeans, like midnight roads and memories I can't outrun no matter how far I leave. Suffering became my blood, every heartbreak, every drug, every ghost I couldn't bury deep. Suffering became part of me, became part of me. Now the bars all know my first name, and the dark knows where I sleep. I laugh loud enough to hide how bad my soul still bleeds. Your goodbye still cuts through me like winter through old wood. And I'd rip your memory out tonight if I honestly thought I could. But pain's the only thing that never walked away. Funny how the worst parts of life are the ones that always stay. Suffering became part of me, like cigarette smoke in Tennessee, like old guitars with broken strings, still trying to sing through everything. Suffering became my home, now I hate being alone. 'Cause silence only brings back things. Suffering became part of me, became part of me. Maybe some hearts are made for peace, maybe some souls don't don't heal. Maybe God gives certain men a pain that stays too real. Suffering became part of me. Every tear and every dream, every night I couldn't sleep, every wound too deep to clean. Suffering became my skin. Now I don't know where it ends. And if tomorrow finally comes for me, I'll still carry everything. Carry everything. I drove past your mom's house tonight. The porch light still burns low. There's a part of me still waiting there, even though I know you're gone. The radio keeps playing songs we used to scream out loud. Now every word sounds hollow in this dead and empty town. And these tires keep rolling, but I ain't getting anywhere. 'Cause every road I take somehow still leads me back to you somewhere. Where am I supposed to go when every memory feels like home? When your voice still lives inside my head and your ghost still sleeps inside my bed. Where am I supposed to run when the night still weighs a ton? Girl, you left me here alone. Tell me, where am I supposed to go? There's whiskey stains on my old jeans and your goodbye on my skin. I've been trying to outrun the past, but the past always wins. That little roadside diner where you kissed me in the rain. Now I sit there by myself, trying not to say your name. And the moon hangs like a spotlight on everything we lost. Funny how forever can disappear so fast. Where am I supposed to go when your shadow follows close? When every bar and every street still echoes with your heartbeat? Where am I supposed to hide from the wreckage left behind? Girl, you took my soul and drove now. Where am I supposed to go? Baby, I was just a stop on your way to someone new, but you were every damn thing I ever held on to. And I swear I still see you every time the headlights glow. Where am I supposed to go? Now the world feels cold as stone, and even God feels far away on nights like this alone. Where am I supposed to fall when there's nobody left to call? Girl, without you I don't know. Where am I supposed to go? I watch the dust settle on a photograph of gold. before the winter came and turned the bedroom cold. The wooden floor is creaking like an old church floor, but there is no one praying at my house no more. I hold a cigarette until the ember burns my skin, just to feel a little something from the deep within. But the nerve is dead and the feeling will not wake, like the frozen surface of a lonely mountain lake. The kitchen table has an empty glass of rye. I stare into the corner and I do not even cry. The calendar on the wall is from a year ago, before I let the heavy shadows overtake the show. My clothes are hanging loose upon my hollow bones. I am a king of nothing on a throne of broken stones. Every memory of you is just a phantom spark that disappears the moment that I step into the dark. Oh, this damn void I feel is like a rolling sea. It swallows up the morning and it swallows me. There is a hollow echo in my heavy chest, a dark and bitter valley where I cannot rest. I try to scream your name into the open air, but the wind just blows it back like you were never there. It drags me down so slow into the frozen clay, where the light can never find another way. The neighbors say they hear me walking late at night, pacing up and down beneath the pale porch light. But I am only looking for a missing piece of mind that I dropped along the road and left so far behind. The rusty mailbox has been choked with weeds and dirt, full of bills and letters from a world that used to hurt. Now the pain is numb and the silence is a roar. I do not even bother locking up the front door. A lonely train is blowing miles down the track. It sounds like a reminder that I can't go back. The engine is a monster pulling all my past mistakes through the foggy valleys and the muddy river breaks. I wrap my blanket tight around my shivering frame and try to find a person who still used to bear my name. But the mirror shows a stranger with a hollow stare, just a shell of someone who has ceased to care. Oh, this damn void I feel is like a rolling sea. It swallows up the morning and it swallows me. There is a hollow echo in my heavy chest, a dark and bitter valley where I cannot rest. I try to scream your name into the open air, but the wind just blows it back like you were never there. It drags me down so slow into the frozen clay, where the light can never find another way. The television screen is flashing static blue, the only color left in a world that once had you. The sound is turned to zero, but the white noise fills the room, a perfect audio companion for the rising doom. I'm sinking through the mattress to the dirt below, where the roots of all my sorrow finally start to grow. Oh, this damn void I feel is like a rolling sea. It swallows up the morning and it swallows me. There is a hollow echo in my heavy chest, a dark and bitter valley where I cannot rest. never there. It drags me down so slow into the frozen clay, where the light can never find another way. I got one hand on the Bible, one hand on a bottle of Bane, trying to drown my demons, but they flow better than me. Bartender says God saves, yeah, well, pour me another shot, 'cause the only spirit showing up tonight ain't the holy kind I got. And I've been talking to the ceiling like heaven's got me on hold. Guess even angels get tired of hearing the same broke soul. Oh, I'm too far gone for the choir, but too sober for the flames. Maybe the Lord will answer me tonight through neon halos and whiskey lights. Maybe he'll speak through the smoke somehow, 'cause silence sure ain't helping now. Yeah, I've been praying in a bar stool pew, singing hymns with a proof or two. If heaven's got a line, I'm hanging tight. Maybe the Lord will answer me tonight. That girl left like revelation, fire, thunder, no goodbye. Left me reading no text messages, like scripture trying to find a sign. Now I'm smoking resurrection, trying to bring us back to life. But every miracle I've touched just learned another way to die. And the jukebox keeps preaching songs about sinners and saints. Funny how heartbreak and religion taste exactly the same. I keep chasing redemption at the bottom of a glass. Maybe the Lord will answer me tonight, somewhere between wrong and right. Maybe he'll turn this hurt to gold, or maybe he's just letting go. 'Cause every prayer I ever sent came back smelling like cigarettes. Still I talk to the sky, half drunk, half wise, hoping the Lord will answer me tonight. If heaven's got a back door, they probably know my name. 'Cause I've been knocking drunk since midnight, with a pocket full of shame. And if mercy's like bourbon, it burns before it heals, maybe that's why salvation always feels so real. Maybe the Lord will answer me tonight with a little mercy by closing time. Maybe forgiveness pours slow and brown. Maybe grace gets watered down. Yeah, I've danced with devils long enough to know even hell gets lonely, son. So I'll raise this glass toward the neon light and wait for the Lord to answer me tonight. It's your coffee cup still sitting by the side of the sink. The way your jacket's hanging up like you'll come back any week. It's your name still in my phone that I can't bring myself to erase, and the half-dead scent of your perfume still drifting through this place. Everybody talks about heartbreak like it crashes all at once, but mine came in quiet pieces after you were gone. Little things hurt the most, the empty side of the road, the silence after your favorite song, the nights that feel too long. Little things cut so deep, like your side of the sheets. Girl, I thought losing you would happen fast, but it's the little things that last. Little things that last. It's the grocery store on Sunday, passing by your favorite wine. The way I still look for your car at every red light sign. It's hearing somebody laugh, almost sounding just like you. For 1 second my heart forgets, then breaks all over new. And every sunset hits different since you walked away. Funny how the world keeps spinning, but mine stopped that day. Little things hurt the most, the way your goodbye still echoes, the dust collecting on your frame, and me still saying your name. Little things break a man slow, like seeing your old coat. Girl, I thought time would help me heal, but time just made it real. I could survive the leaving if the memories would fade, but your ghost lives in the details I can't throw away. Little things hurt the most, the I love you you never wrote, the nights I still leave the light on, like somehow you ain't gone. Little things never pass, they just keep pulling me back, and every tiny piece of you still tears my whole world in two. The perfume in the hallway is beginning to fade away, leaving on the shadows in a room of dusty gray. She took my silver coins and she took my golden ring, and left me in the corner like a broken, useless thing. I opened up a bottle of the cheap and burning rag, and look into the mirror just to ask the question why. I fell for every promise and I fell for every lie. Now I am staring blankly as the morning light goes by. Oh, it is happening again, and the whiskey starts to pour. I am crawling like a beggar on a cold kitchen floor. Another pretty face made a fool out of my mind, left me in the alleyway completely broken, blind. Let the heavy strings bend for the damage she has done. Another lonely I never could have won. The neon from the tavern is bleeding through the glass. I drink away the memory of how she used to pass her fingers through my hair when the summer nights were long, before she turned my life into a sad and bitter song. The bartender just looks at me and does not say a word. He knows the ugly story that the whole damn town has heard. I'm drowning out the laughter and I am drowning out the shame, spilling dark red liquor on the paper with a name. My shaking hands are heavy as I reach for one more round, trying to forget how she has burned me to the ground. I thought that she was different, and I thought that she was real, but she only wanted someone she could manipulate and steal. The room is spinning slow as the static starts to rise. I close my weary eyelids on her beautiful cold eyes. I am trapped inside the cycle of the whiskey and the pain, just another lonely drunkard crying in the rain. Oh, it is happening again, and the whiskey starts to pour. I am crawling like a beggar on a cold kitchen floor. Another pretty face made a fool out of my mind, left me in the alleyway, completely broken blind. Let the heavy strings bend for the damage she has done. Another lonely battle that I never could have won. The bottle is dry, no reason to cry. She is long gone into the dawn. The void is back, everything goes black. It is happening again.